This video is about an experience I had a year ago. And the reason I'm doing it is because I want to take the, if you can call it, the best from it and try to give back. We call it the silver lining here at my house. When things that are not so good or just downright bad things happen, what's the silver lining and what good can you make of it? What can you do with it? So a little over a year ago, I got pregnant and had a miscarriage. It was my first time. I was 5 weeks in, and a little while after that, put out a Facebook Live video, which I wish I could save and post on YouTube, but I haven't figured out how to do that. But it was a really difficult time for me and my family. But the reason I wanted to put out the video is because one of the things that helped me the most, in addition to friends and family who were amazing and loving and supportive and just there for me, was watching YouTube videos of people who had had similar experiences. So if that's what has brought you here today, I am so sorry. I want to send you so much love, so much love, and let you know that however you feel, it's okay. Wherever you're at, it is okay. And I don't know if easier is the right word, but things do get better. Things will get better. And yeah, just sending you love. So to share my experience, and I'll do it kind of quickly. And if you find some details triggering, then please, now's time to step away from this video, because I'll give some of the details of what happened to me. So I was at work, again, 5 weeks pregnant. That same day before I had gotten to work, I actually called my to-be midwife for the first time. And so it was our first contact, and we were going to do like a Zoom meeting because this was in COVID land. And I was lucky that I had talked to her that day, because otherwise I wouldn't have anyone else to reach out to, because it was later that day that I had the miscarriage. So I was at work. I started getting cramps, and I started bleeding a little, and I started freaking out a little because I hadn't had anything like that. My first 2 pregnancies were so easy. Now I just realized how blessed I was that they were really about as easy as could be, and I didn't have anything like bleeding or spotting. So I texted my midwife and asked, just, hey, this is going on. I'm a little bit freaked out. And she said, well, this can be normal sometimes. Let's see if we can work this little bit of bleeding. It got more and more intense, and I felt like I was getting really bad period cramps and more blood, and it was scary. It was really, really scary at that point. And I ended up leaving work and heading home, and everything was kind of ramping up, and I kept kind of communicating with my husband and with the midwife, and ended up pulling over on the way home. And well, it's funny talking about it, just brings it all back, right? I said it was getting worse, and is this what I think it is? And that's the first time she said, yeah, this is, this looks like it's a miscarriage, and I'm so sorry, but your body is doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. As far as like needing intervention or anything like that, or need to go to the hospital, it was left up to me. So I ended up going home. I wanted to be at home, and it wasn't long after that I got home that that the miscarriage happened. It's awful to like say and think about, but basically like I was in the bathroom, and it came out, and I think I just lost my mind on the drive home. When I talked to my midwife, I was crying so hard. I had to stop a bunch of times, I think, just to try to collect myself. And then when that happened at home, it's just the most surreal, awful moment. Yeah, there are no words. And so after that happened, my husband, the other kids were outside, and I said, it said that it had happened, and I didn't really know how to be or how to feel, and just this feeling of complete, like, just being lost. And for the next few days, I didn't know what to do with myself, and thankfully had people, family and friends tell me it's okay not to be okay. So that's one thing that I think is worth sharing. Like, you don't have to be okay, and you may not feel okay or good in your own special way. I remember laying in bed and crying a lot, and I think I was watching some movies here and there and I just wasn't wanting to get up and do anything for a day, just feeling awful. But started watching YouTube videos at that point of other women, and just that's a common thing. Feeling frustrated and like robbed of future excitement of getting pregnant again, because again, it was my first experience and I hadn't thought about the fact, naively, luckily, the first 2 times that like something could go wrong. So, and I didn't believe that my body could do this anymore, that, you know, maybe I'm just too old and I'm too washed up, too dusty. And so I felt like even if I did get pregnant again, I wasn't going to be excited anymore. I'm going to be more scared, and just a lot of ups and downs, and feeling like, you know, finding some peace with it. And then no, just kidding. I'm not, things are not good. It was a hard time, but some things that were helpful to me that hopefully would be helpful to you as the individual going through it, or if you're the support of somebody who's going through it, having somebody ask me direct questions, not just, hey, if I can do anything, kind of the broad sweeping statement, which is nice and kind and from a good hearted place too, not to make that any less than it is, but it was helpful to have somebody say, hey, can I cook you dinner? Or like, do you want to talk about it? The women that shared that they'd been through a similar experience, and shared their intimate and, you know, painful experiences too. Sad as it was kind of unifying, and it makes you feel less isolated. That was another thing, feeling so completely alone and like you can't talk about it. And I am not okay with that. That needs to be just flipped right over on its head. This is a sad, really common thing. Women should be able to talk about a miscarriage. They should be able to talk about it. And I think that's up to us in society now to be like, yeah, no, we're going to talk about this because it's a life experience and it's super common and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's hard, and let's come together and be able to talk about it. So again, just sending love to anybody out there who's watching this, who has experienced it or is experiencing it. And I kind of lost my train of thought from there. But for me, we decided to get pregnant again as quickly as possible for a host of reasons. And I was nervous about it this time around. But again, just blessings all around. I was able to have a successful pregnancy all the way through. And now I have my baby girl. And I think you have to deal with the grief. This is just my personal perspective, and anything I say, certainly not law, because everybody has different experiences, but I had to deal with the grief of that miscarriage, and really connecting it closer with my husband through that grief process. And that I feel like really helped me get more excited again once my pregnancy was a little further along. But again, however you are, it's okay. We're all going to be very different in how we deal with the grief and the struggle of this. But I guess in summary, what I want to share, and this is a hard thing, but like, we must find our silver linings. And it might feel like there is absolutely nothing good that you can do or say or think right now. And even that's okay. But keep searching for what it can be for you. Keep moving forward. And I think it's an important thing to have the good relationships in your life, because it's a time where you got to lean on your people for sure. Yeah. Just want to send out a lot of love, and this is my little bit of silver lining, is I just want to put something out there that hopefully could help someone else. Just sending a lot of love to anyone out there that's been through this experience. And yeah, I will be back with fitness content and more updates and that kind of thing. And yeah, sending love to you all, and take care of yourselves out there, and see you next time. Bye.